If you haven't messed with Google Trends, it's a really fun tool. So what's in the news these days?
The
No.
coronavirus.
Okay, so that's broad, but let's look for it. All right, we'll search coronavirus. And what this is going to show, this is actually a pretty good one because what I can show is, look, this is search data over the last year. And look what happened in March, right around spring break time, searches for this exploded. That's what this data shows us. This is our search data with Google that Google then aggregates and collects and shares back with us. And it does it in a really useful way that we can then collect this data and use it on our websites. Google lets us do this for free because it's our data. So it's the least they could do is to make it easy for us to share it back. So coronavirus is an interesting one. Let me see. Let me look at Brexit because Brexit's an interesting one. We should probably look at Saturday Night Live too because they had a skit that is offending some folks. So Brexit is interesting too. This is over the last year. Brexit search went way up. This was right around the time when they finally agreed that they were definitely going to do it and go forward. They were kicking around the idea in January, February of having another referendum, another vote. But here's the cool thing about it. I could change the search to like different times. So I could make it, I think if I go back 5 years, you're going to see what happened is Brexit got searched for a lot right around when people were voting on Brexit. So it was actually the most searched term, Brexit, the day after the election to leave the European Union. So I wish it had been the day before or the day of. It was actually the most searched term the day after when people found out they had actually voted to leave the EU. But anyway, this is an interesting look at when do people search for stuff? When it's happening right then. So here's another cool thing about that. If I look at, I can change the date, but I can also change United States to worldwide. So let me look at worldwide. What it's going to show me is not only when people searched for Brexit, but where. And look, overwhelmingly in United Kingdom and Ireland, which is a bone of contention for a border still with the EU, overwhelmingly popular topic, then it falls off pretty quickly. So once you get to countries outside Europe, very few people searching. The US isn't even on this list until you get pretty deep in it. So anyway, that's another interesting thing is really right around the UK is where there was a lot of searching about Brexit. So here we go. So UK and Ireland, 190. So that's a neat way you can look at stuff. And then once you've got your data, you have a couple of options. I can click the share icon and get a link and automatically share it to social media. I can get embed code with this one and actually stick it with this hover over interactivity and the ability to change the search from 5 years to 12 months from the US to worldwide. I can make all those changes with this embed code on my website. So again, you could do a Google Trends data element, stick it in our web page in texasstatemultimedia.com and bring all this interactivity along with it. The last thing you can do is, if you wanted to, you could download this data set. So you can download it as a, let me show you this. This is a CSV file. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's comma separated values file. So here's what CSV data looks like. It's literally comma separated values. That comma is very important in CSV. So here's a look at over time data from 2015 all the way through 2020, late 2020, again, worldwide. So this is the CSV data, but here's what it looks like. I can also open that CSV data as it was this one. I can open it with an Excel spreadsheet, and it makes a little bit more sense if I open it with Excel. So here's that data. Again, it's similar, but now it makes a little more sense. Less than one, it means nobody was searching for Brexit back in 2015, 2016. And then right around the election, look, here's where searches exploded right around the time of the vote in 16. So that's just a quick look at Google Trends data, and you can do some fun stuff with it. So again, really simple tool, really easy tool to get and share on your website.